Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to get them. I thought that they were the baked Lay's ones when I grabbed them. I grabbed them in a hurry. They're not bad. I'm switching stuff up. I'm switching some stuff up. I'm about to go to bed soon. Seriously, as soon as the sun goes down at 5:30, I'm going to bed. I'm about to get ready for bed right now. We're switching some shit up. That's all I know. Why is this not working? I need to take this makeup off. Where is... There are people out everywhere today, I guess because it was nice. I wonder what the weather's supposed to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, 65. That's crazy. It's gotten cold. I need to go to the Dollar Tree, but I stopped and got gas instead. $35. Got me a little over a tank. A little over a quarter of a tank. I've noticed that the gas goes up on the weekends, and then during the week it comes back down. Y'all ever notice that? It'll shoot up 50 cents to $1 more, depending on the area. And then shoot back down Monday morning or Tuesday. I know what I was thinking. That retinol was really good for your eyelashes. When I was using that number 7, they were growing like crazy. I'm just using this face moisturizer to get my eye makeup off because you don't want to be going up in restrooms doing this. I went into Publix to get my lunch, and there was a lady in there taking a bath in the sink, which is so sad, but I'm surprised that Publix let her do that. She had a blanket and like a suitcase and like all of her personal belongings. So sad, y'all. There's people like that all over the cities. It doesn't matter where you go. Well, it kind of does. If you go to like the white rich areas, you don't see that. You know, despite being repeatedly stalked recently, I'm actually surprised that I'm handling it this well. You know, I think something that helps is just realizing that if I need to defend myself, as long as this weirdo, has my shit on his phone. Oh, well, it was nice knowing you. I didn't even think about the fact that we have certain laws here that they don't honor in other states, which is really sad. I mean, I feel bad for anybody in a state that doesn't have a stand your ground law. Y'all can't even defend yourselves. What are you going to do if somebody breaks in your house? You can't even shoot them. That's scary. To have somebody come to harm you, and then you go to jail for killing them or defending yourself. I wonder what states don't have stand your ground laws. Hey, Kat, how are you? Try being Canadian. I know, sweetie. I've been praying for you, Jonathan Scott. I know Justin is a piece of crap. I see what's going on. I pay attention. I need to report on more of Canada's stories. Absolutely. I have a huge interest in Canada. Beautiful, beautiful land y'all got up there. But yeah, it's falling apart. Just peachy. I'm surviving. It could be worse. Let me tell you, I could be dead in some bushland right now. California, Colorado, Illinois, New Mexico, Oregon, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington are all states that do not have stand your ground laws. Stand your ground law, also known as shoot first law, allow people to use deadly force in self-defense without retreating. Florida was the first state to pass a stand your ground law back in 2005. Some states have self-defense laws that are similar to stand your ground laws, but only apply to specific locations such as one's home or a workplace. These laws are often called castle doctrine or defense of habitation laws. So if you're looking to move to a state where you can defend yourself, let me tell you where to go. Maybe, if my computer's going to work. I'm waking up super early. I'm going to work some tonight, probably until I fall asleep. I've already, left the area, started headed back for court next week. I like to take my time and not have to rush back at once, because if you do that, you run the chance at getting stuck somewhere, honey, because things happen. So it's best to just make your way to where you need to be a little bit early. I'm always like prompt. I am. I'm definitely the type to show up for a job interview 10 minutes early. I'm also the type to stay and work over if you need me to. Or you can call me in. You know what I mean? I care. I make an honest effort to be on a timely manner. And I'm rarely late, ever. I'm usually early. So I have a new place that I'm going to shower in the morning. I've never been here before. It is a park. Please don't hit me. Oh, God. You got that tiny old camera and you almost backed into me. Pay attention. Please. I went by and caught up with a friend of mine before I left town. You got to keep people informed and in the loop in case something happens. For realsies. I look kind of tan. I don't know how. I ain't been in the sun. It's been cold. It's been chillier than a witch's titty outside. Well, today, when I was at the park this morning, it did get up to like 72, I think. once I make it back up north, I'm gonna go to my storage unit to get all of my winter clothes and switch some of my winter. I guess I'm gonna have to, I got all my summer stuff with me. I do have a few like long sleeve workout pump shirts, but like, and I've got like 3 pairs of sweatpants. I guess I do have a mix, and I'll probably keep it that way because, y'all, tell me why last January in North Carolina we had 89-degree days. Do y'all remember that? If y'all were up there? It's been hot in Texas. I bet. I know y'all are closer to the equator. It probably, y'all's winters are probably mild, ain't it? Does it snow there? Y'all ever get snow in Texas? Bitch, I'm from Texas. We still ride in swingers and put diamonds in our necklace. I love that song. Love that song so much. Love him. He looks like a big old teddy bear. What's his name? Big X. Big X. He's got, you know what? He's got a bunch of cute shit. He's got one song called Whip It. That is a remix of the 70s. Oh God, you wanna whip it good. You know that song? Okay, anyways. He remixed it, and it's pretty good. They have the original soundtrack on it, but he's also rapping. What is his name? Big X the Plug, I think. Oh, I bet the more north you are, Brad, the more it snows, right? Ugh, absolutely not. I don't understand people, y'all. People get on my nerves. People get on my nerves. I hate people. I really do. Like, I'm about to cut my phone off. Oh, Lord. What was we talking about? Texas. Okay, I'm sure the souther you go towards, like, Mexico, the souther you go towards Mexico, the closer you get to the equator. So I'm sure North Texas probably sees more snow than South Texas. Sorry, I got it out. Whip it good. I'm about to kick my shoes off. Big X the Plug is his name. And, Levels I like. He has some decent stuff. But he also sings that Texas song. Taking my socks and shoes off. Lord knows I didn't get to enjoy a workout. I mean, I did walk like a mile and a half, but like, I wanted to lift. I'll do it in a whole new place tomorrow. I won't have to worry about all these people showing up at the park. How crazy. People just... I'm not even shocked anymore. I can see it coming from a mile away now because I've been through it so much the past year. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's another creeper. And once again, I am not even that hot. Like, come on. I mean, when I put effort, I can be. What they say, I clean up good? There you go. But, like, I don't know. I feel bad for girls. And men. Men get stalked, too. Men get stalked, too. I wish I would have grew up in Texas. I think Greg Abbott is one of the best damn governors, along with Ron. So, let me make sure the doors are locked. Of course they are. I don't make those mistakes. But I always triple check. Y'all ever girls, y'all ever get in the car and you're like, oh, did I lock the doors? Did I lock the doors? And you did. So, Stand Your Ground states in 24, it says, gun control and violence in the United States has been a controversial topic. Oh my God, I cannot believe I said that the right way. Particularly in recent years, some citizens and politicians push for gun control while others believe that the country's laws surrounding guns should remain the same. Gun laws vary by state, including regulations on purchasing firearms and concealing or open carry permits and laws. One particular controversial law is Stand Your Ground. Listen, honey. Your home is your peace. That is your sanctuary. You have the right to feel safe on your property, in your home, with your children, with your cats. Ain't nobody got the right to disturb your peace. And I'm really talking about, like people trying to come in and rob you or, R-word you or whatever. That viral video of the girl, I'm glad that the police are around here. Thank God. Thank you. I see you. Thank you for your service, sir. Cops down here are completely different than cops up north. That's all I know, honey. Listen, and this is why I try not to hate them all. Because you don't never know when you're going to need somebody, okay? But Stand Your Ground laws allows a person to use deadly force if necessary, if there's a threat of harm. A lot of these states don't have it, which is crazy. That girl, there was a video that went viral last year of a girl who was dancing in her apartment. It was crazy. So she's dancing in her apartment on TikTok or something. She's got a window, I do believe, I'm going to find it, a window open with a guy. He either come through the window or he came through the door and then tried to come through the door. Oh, he was standing in the door. Hold on, let me find it. That's not the same guy, is it? It is. He was detained by ICE. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. So apparently, she's dancing. He starts coming. I think I've posted this before. She grabs her phone. You can see him. And he actually, she kept saying, what are you doing? Who are you? Get out, And I think I said in a video, girl, what are you doing? Pick shit up and start busting him upside the head. Seriously, because it's on video. It was on video. Everything's on video. You can hear her say, get out. He keeps stepping closer into the doorway. At one point, he has the door open and he's standing in the doorframe. Girl, we don't negotiate with terrorists and rapists and murderers, okay? I mean, he left after she went to a side door and started screaming. But there ain't no telling what he was going to try to do or whatever. This happens every day. And if it's your home, in several states, they have adopted Stand Your Ground laws. Those states are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming. You can kick somebody's ass and not go to jail if they enter your home. They got to enter that home, though. And in cases of shootings, they got to be in the home for you to shoot them. And you better not shoot them in the back too many times. You can't shoot them in the back at all, actually. You could get in big trouble for that. If they're leaving the scene and you shoot them as they're exiting the door, you can get in big trouble for that. The law might not stand. It depends. I have seen people go to jail for shooting people in the back after an armed robbery. It's crazy, I know. But the law looks at it as they were leaving the property. At that point, they were no longer a threat to the people that they were robbing or whatever, Some states use Stand Your Ground in practice, such as through jury instructions or case law. These states are California, Colorado, Illinois, New Mexico, Oregon, Virginia, and Washington. Some states have also adopted Stand Your Ground laws, but these laws only apply when a person is in their vehicle. These states are North Dakota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. And finally, these states are states with castle doctrines, which allows a person to defend themselves using force while in the home or a vehicle, but have a duty to retreat in public places. These states are Arkansas, Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Rhode Island. The more you know. I don't want to live in a state where they don't have stand your ground law. I'm just being honest. Yes, and your vehicles are an extension of your home. Let's see. Yeah, I figured. A California man, 77 years old. He shot and killed a suspected burglar, and they locked his ass up. I'm going to it. Don't worry. That's what it says. A 77-year-old California man is being held on suspicion of murder after police say he shot and killed a suspected burglar trying to break into his home. All I'm saying is if you're a gun-toting, God-fearing person, don't take your ass to California to live. They ain't going to protect you. And if you protect yourself, you might be going to jail. Poor man. God, I want to hear the evidence. That's why I'm waiting for it to come up. I want to know the circumstances. Now, if he shot him on the front porch and he ain't even come in the house yet, that's a whole different ball game. If he shot him in the driveway thinking that he was a robber, that's a whole different ball game. But if the guy was actually in the house and had broke into the house and was in the middle of an armed robbery or a burglary, whatever, a B&E, breaking and entering, then he had the right to defend his home. Come on, you piece of crap. Y'all, my computer, I think it's about to crash. Oh, I dropped my iPhone and cracked it. It's the back, but it's okay. I mean, I knew it was only a matter of time. Crack the back of it. Damn glass phones. That's why I like Android. I don't think I've ever been broken an Android phone before. They're made better. Oh, Lord, this is why he was arrested. Had a stolen gun. He did. Man refused to give a statement and used a stolen gun. Pawpaw. What you doing? Oakland, California. A 77-year-old man is being held on suspicion of murder after police say he shot and killed a suspected burglar trying to break into his home. While the homeowner remains in police custody, he has not yet been charged with a crime, according to a California law. Prosecutors have 48 hours to file charges before a suspect must be released from custody. What the? Remind me to never go back to Cali. Police say 2 men and a woman pulled up to the man's home on the east side of Oakland, a neighborhood that's been hit hard by crime in recent years. They pulled up in a stolen vehicle. Lord, everybody needs to be in jail. The alleged burglars made several attempts to get into the home. When nothing was working, they scaled the backyard fence. That's when the homeowner shot and killed them. Hold on. The homeowner shot at them, killing one of the alleged 3 burglars. Police say part of the reason the homeowner was arrested is because he refused to give a statement. Pawpaw. So y'all wasn't arresting him anyways for that stolen gun? All right. The cop said if A shoots B without an explanation, the only thing to do, we can only go on what we have. There was a weapon recovered at the scene. Thus, the individual was taken into custody. So they did take him to jail for the gun. They have not released the name. I know, right? Trump Vance. Made it 3 months in Detroit. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to go to Detroit. There's a lot of places I don't want to go see. I'll go to Boise, Idaho, the middle of nowhere, Niagara Falls. Absolutely, let's go. But if you want to go back to Washington, D.C. or Los Angeles, I'm out. Count me out. Or Detroit. Yeah, no. Yeah, that does explain it, Melissa. It's the gun. You know, the homeowner allegedly used a stolen gun to shoot at the burglars. The police have not released the names of the victim. Hold on, was that the perpetrator or the victim, the one that got shot and died? I think he was the perpetrator. They're listing him as the victim. Because this is California. If it was Florida, they'd be like, Sheriff Grady would be up there playing puppets with them damn mug shots. Love me some Sheriff Grady, man. Love me some Sheriff Grady. I wonder what county he presides over. Maybe I need to move there one day. So this is Mr. Grady. If you've never seen him on YouTube, he is hilarious. He's the guy that talks shit to all the... He's worse than me, y'all. Like, come on, man. And he don't even use cuss words. He's talented. Let me tell you, he's talented with words and mugshots. What county? Polk County. Polk County. Polk County, Florida. I feel like I read somewhere that they are in the news. What's going on down there? Up over there? In there? I don't know where they... Those chips are really good. He's a great sheriff. Yeah, I think so too. Who steals shopping carts? Like, you really down bad. That's some meth head shit. Stealing shopping carts? What are you doing? I did see that. They busted a bunch of massage parlors. They sent in over... Hold on. Hold on. So Sheriff Grady got a tip that there was massage parlors all over Polk County that were operating illegal prostitution rings. Nothing new. We've seen this all over the country. There used to be one that operated right below one of the strip clubs I worked at in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was in a strip mall, and it was a massage parlor below the club. And when guys would come into the strip club looking for sex, we would send them down there. That shit was not allowed in the club before COVID. We'd be like, we don't do that shit. There's a massage parlor down there, though. What an idiot. He looks crazy. He got like Manson eyes and shit. Only in Florida, right? You don't see that big ass cowlick boy? So he's stealing something. Sheriff Grady is so funny. He'd be sitting there proudly with them mugshots. Oh, he was stealing groceries from a Publix. Y'all, when I went to buy that fish this morning, let me tell you, there was some lady, and it was like, I don't remember, it was after I got off live with y'all, it was like 10:30 or 11. And there was some lady walking around Publix buying groceries with a big old Bluetooth speaker playing music. Now, she had good taste. She was playing Tupac. But I was actually surprised. It was so loud that I was surprised that nobody from Publix had said shit to her about having this boombox in the buggy. She like brought it from home. It was a Bluetooth speaker that she had brought from home. She's walking around Publix with the thing was this big. It was huge. It looked like a child sitting in the damn buggy compartment where a baby goes. And she's blaring Tupac walking through Publix. I said, Lord have mercy, only in Florida. So this guy went into Andrew Sylvester, entered a public store, loaded a shopping cart full of groceries before just walking out without paying. I mean, listen now. First of all, this is food. Let me look at his mugshot again. I'm going to do some research before I start analyzing. Listen, this is food. People are broke right now. I'm not saying he's right, but what do you expect people to do? What do you expect people to do? Like, I would understand if it was damn Best Buy and he went in there and tried to steal, 2 Alienware damn computers, but he stole food. I mean, he's obviously a dumbass. But, is there a drug market? No, it'd be currency. Damn it. Is there a currency for stolen groceries for drugs? Is that a thing? I mean, I know Tide detergent is. For those that don't know, you can buy Tide detergent and buy drugs with laundry detergent now. Is that not wild? Like, what is the world coming to? Every time I see somebody with a shit ton of detergent, I'm like, oh God, what they into? They're raiding drug dealers' homes. They go to the garage, and the entire garage is covered in nothing but laundry detergent. Because they've been selling drugs and taking laundry detergent as payment instead of cash. Crazy, right? I know. Tide detergent is being used as black market currency. Drug dealers and other people working in the black market. It's frequently stolen and is used in exchange for drugs. Food stamps as well. Why criminals can trade Tide detergent for crack cocaine. You cannot make this stuff up. Yo. I'm not saying that you can do the same with groceries, but maybe the guy was hungry, like, it's actually kind of sad. I don't know. And honestly, he doesn't look that bad. I mean, he looks a little disheveled, probably from being, like, roughed up by cops, but, like, he doesn't look like he's on drugs to me, but, I mean, you never know. Oh, God, he did this twice. He didn't stop with just loading up one shopping cart full of groceries. Not stopping there, Sylvester returned to the store, filled another cart with groceries, and attempted to leave again. Boy, here's the thing. He went way overboard. He needs to be in jail. I don't know what the story is, if he's on drugs or not. But it would be different if he stole a single sandwich and, like, a single bag of chips. Like, I would have more understanding to that, because that's, like, literally what you need right then just to survive. Happy Thanksgiving. It was $450 worth of groceries. $450. The theft was classified as a felony. He's since been booked into the Polk County Jail. Let this be a lesson, Sheriff Grady said. If you steal from Publix or anywhere else, you're going to end up in jail, and Polk County is arresting thieves. We take it as a pleasure. Oh, I wonder if somebody sent him to do that for drugs. They're like, going to Publix, steal $450 worth of groceries. I'll give you a hit of crack, buddy. He looks disheveled, but his eyes don't look crazy. He don't have those crazy meth eyes or anything. These chips are really good. I ate that fish, but I'm still hungry. What is this? More drug stories. They'll hold you down in the shop? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we can't do that here. Even the private security in the Walmarts that, like, they hire people that watch the cameras from the back of the stores. They have, like, loss prevention. And they ain't nothing but, like, Paul Blart mall cops, but they'll come out and ask to look in your personal belongings, but, like, they can't hold anybody down here. I'm gonna eat them all. Darn, throw them over there so I can't reach them. Hide them from myself, so God forbid don't wake up in the middle of the night and start eating on them. And I'm sure there is a currency for anything stolen, especially in the drug market. Definitely. I feel like I used to know this couple. What were their names? I can't remember. I feel like they used to trade food stamps for heroin. But listen, it's been a long time since I did drugs. And that was like 2010 type of stuff, 2009. I don't remember. Largest bust of fentanyl ever in Minnesota. Interesting. I don't understand. A judge sentenced a 25-year-old man to 13 years in prison for his role in a drug trafficking operation that led to the largest fentanyl bust in Minnesota history. Cornell Chandler Jr. pled guilty to one count of conspiracy to distribute fentanyl in June, becoming the first of 9 defendants charged in the conspiracy to enter a plea. Court documents say between August of 22 to December of 23, Chandler frequently flew from the Twin Cities and Phoenix, Arizona to buy fentanyl and ship it to addresses in and around the Twin Cities for distribution. Chandler and his co-defendants allegedly placed the drugs inside of plastic baggies concealed in stuffed animals. How dangerous. It's like when they raid drug houses and they got drugs in the baby's diaper bin or the baby's crib. Yeah, I mean, people are sick, y'all. The packages were then disguised as birthday presents. The packages were also lined with dog treats to prevent drug-sniffing dogs from alerting to them. Hold on. Dog treats to prevent drug different, but wouldn't that attract the dogs? I don't know about that. In early 23, a joint operation by the sheriff's office in Dakota, Ramsey, and Washington counties led to the seize of 280,000 fentanyl pills, or 30,000 grams. An estimated street value of more than $2.2 million. And he only got 13 years. He only got 13 years. And 5 years of supervised release, parole. There was 8 other people charged. Fentanyl was involved in more than 90% of all opioid-related deaths and more than 60% of all overdose deaths in the state in 2022, the Minnesota Department of Health said. But what about that guy that got 30 pounds? How long do you think he's going to get for trafficking? 30 pounds of marijuana. I bet he'll get more time than this guy. Absolutely. I don't understand it either. And they are charging people like crazy in fentanyl deaths. There's like 6 of them right here. Drug dealer receives 12-year sentence for fentanyl death. Overdose death gets armed Snapchat fentanyl trafficker. These counterfeit pills. I'm glad I got clean when I did. This is from the United States Attorney's Office, the Eastern District of North Carolina. Overdose death gets armed Snapchat fentanyl trafficker nearly 13 years. This is out of New Bern, North Carolina. A Wayne County man was sentenced today 155 months in prison and 5 years of supervised probation for trafficking counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl after one victim died of an overdose in 22. Yeah, that's a whole thing now. That wasn't a thing when I started doing drugs. I'm glad that it is a thing because it will definitely make people, drug dealers think twice. This guy, South Florida man, is sentenced to 30 years. Oh, he poisoned a baby? Distribution of fentanyl resulting in the death of a baby. October 30th of 24. This is from the U.S. Attorney's Office out of Miami. Darnell Mendez, 36, was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison, followed by a 5-year supervised release. His girlfriend and him previously pled guilty to federal offenses resulting in the long-term joint investigation by the Boynton Beach Police Department, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, and the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, following the death of a 10-month-old infant in Boynton Beach, Florida, who had ingested fentanyl. So this dumb heifer, Samantha Yee, is scheduled to be sentenced in January of 25 and faces a minimum mandatory sentence of at least 20 years in prison. What is the... Hold on. Here we go. Here's what happened. On March 31st of 22, the PBSO responded to a 911 call of an infant in distress. The infant was transported to Bethesda Hospital East in Baden Beach? It's B-O-Y, Boynton Beach? Boynton Beach? I think it's Boynton Beach. B-O-Y. And I've been there before. That's what kills me is that I can't say it. B-O-Y-N-T-O-N, Beach, with her mother. On April 1st, 22, the baby was transferred to a children's hospital in Hollywood, Florida. On April 5th, 22, the baby died. An autopsy conducted by the Palm Beach County Medical Examiner determined that the baby's death was caused by fentanyl intoxication and that her manner of death was homicide. Poor child. So the BBPD conducted a homicide investigation during which law enforcement recovered fentanyl at the baby's home. People like this can have children. The investigation determined that the baby's mother and father were addicts and had been abusing and using fentanyl regularly in the kitchen of their apartment. The investigation also determined that the baby was teething and ingesting fentanyl on March 31st of 22 while in the care of her mother while her father was at work. The mother was arrested by the BBPD and charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child by culpable negligence. I hope I said that right. The DEA joined the investigation to identify the drug dealers that were responsible for the distribution of the fentanyl that killed the baby. Through data and information received from the mother's cell phone, law enforcement was able to identify Samantha as the drug dealer. The mother was the drug dealer. The investigation uncovered months of electronic communication exchanges between Samantha... Oh, hold on one second. Yee. I thought her last name was Yee. Oh, darn. Was it him? Yeah, so her... And I think they meant to print the father because her last name's Yee. And this says Yee and the mother, involving drug transactions in which the mother was a customer. Samantha Yee. And, oh, so this was not the people that are going to jail's baby. This was another girl's baby. and Samantha Yee was the drug dealer. But the investigation uncovered months of electronic communications exchanged between Samantha and the mother of the child involving drug transactions in which the mother was the customer. The investigation further determined that Samantha Yee's boyfriend, Mendez, was also involved in the distribution of fentanyl. Investigators were able to determine that on March 30th of 22, the mother met with Samantha at Boynton Beach to purchase fentanyl, and that fentanyl was ingested by the baby, resulting in her death. What a dumbass. All of them. God, I'm so grateful I don't have those problems anymore, y'all. Like, I'm so grateful that God, like, delivered me from this bullshit. As part of a joint investigation, the DEA, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF, BBPD, and the PBSO conducted an operation involving 2 undercover officers who purchased fentanyl from Samantha and Mendez. The undercover operation culminated in the arrest of Samantha and him on March 6 at their residence in Lake Worth, where law enforcement discovered 14 firearms. As part of their pleas, both of them admitted being felons unlawfully in possession of firearms. 14. They're selling drugs. They're doing drugs. Everybody's high. Nobody's caring for this baby. Yeah, I hope they lock the mother up too. This shit's getting bad out here. I'll be watching Intervention sometimes before I go to bed. Well, I don't have YouTube anymore, so no, I don't either. I did a few weeks ago when I had YouTube. Now I don't have YouTube. So, it's not on my phone. But watching that, things have gotten really bad. Like, people are out here addicted to multiple substances at once. They be like on heroin and methamphetamine at the same damn time. Well, I gotta have my heroin first, and then I gotta have methamphetamine to pick me up from the heroin, and then I gotta take some more heroin to bring me back down from the methamphetamine. What? Y'all really got some death wishes out here playing around with this shit. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Y'all really got... y'all got me concerned. Okay, watching the new episodes of Intervention. It's crazy. It'd be like alcoholic and smoking crack at the same time. Got 2 addictions. Like, pick a struggle. If you're rich enough to support 2 drug habits for 2 different drugs, you might not be that bad off in life. You know what I mean? Like, if you got the money to damn buy meth and heroin, what the hell? I need to brush my teeth. What is we got here? Detectives stole $400,000 worth of seized drugs. How do y'all not know that the evidence was going missing? I'm just saying that if I was working there, I might not have a very good memory, but I could remember all that shit somehow because it's a high stress situation and it would literally be my job and like I would have to, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when I work behind the bar, I know how much liquor we got. I know if we got extra bottles of Jameson or if we got extra bottles of Crown or if we need, you know, what bottles of wine we need to order. When that's your job, you're able to keep up with inventory and stock. And it would be, evidence is the same thing. I mean, I'm sure there's a shit ton of it. Big pieces, little pieces, old pieces, new pieces. But how does $400,000 worth of cocaine go missing? It's like the opposite of the White House. People leave their drugs laying around in the White House, but the sheriff's department, people take their drugs home. Like, crazy. Detective who stole $400,000 of seized drugs. This was back in October, so this is fairly new. A cocaine-addicted police officer was found to be stealing drugs from an evidence store after he accidentally dropped a bag of white powder at his daughter's school. He has now been jailed. Yo, what? Andrew Talbot, Talbot. Where is this out of? Is this like British Columbia or somewhere? It doesn't tell me because it never has. Manchester. It says BBC News Manchester. So it says that the Greater Manchester police detective had just taken under 9 pounds of cocaine worth almost $400,000 from police property rooms between 2018 and 2020. 9 pounds of cocaine. I just need 1 pound to get me out of this financial debt that I'm under. But seriously, I wonder how much. They said $400,000, and it's got that funny quid thing. Or listen, I don't know different currencies. Okay, I know pesos. I know. Yeah, that's it. U.S. dollars and pesos. He also used the Force's computer system to find a drug dealer to help him sell the drugs on the streets of Manchester. I mean, this is top level. Yes, he was doing cocaine. This is top level criminal activity. He's 54 years old and was found guilty of supplying the drug. He was also found guilty of misconduct in public office. He was sentenced to 19 years in jail at Liverpool Crown Court. I wouldn't have pegged him for a cokehead, but whatever. Whatever y'all say. Oh, can you see it? I don't know. He's got pinpoint eyes. I don't see it. Maybe he was accidentally sober when they picked him up, you know? Sometimes life be happening fast and you ain't had time to do your drugs yet. Sentencing him on Friday, Judge Neil Flewick, KC, said that he had deceived all of his colleagues and put a significant quantity of cocaine back into circulation as a result of his addiction and greed. The investigation into him, the GMP's anti-corruption unit, began in February of 2020 after he dropped a small bag of cocaine outside his daughter's primary school. Prosecutors James Lake said that staff found the bag on the footpath and saw it fall from his person after looking back at CCTV footage. So they find cocaine on school grounds. They go and look at surveillance footage to see who could drop it, and it's this cop. Ain't that crazy? What a weirdo. Unsurprisingly, given they knew he was a police officer, they contacted the police. He was arrested on February 17th after arriving to work, and officers found 0.9 ounce of high-grain cocaine in his coat pocket, as well as a smaller amount of lower purity in a different pocket. They found snap bags and pieces of paper exhibit references of Operation Cosmetic, which investigated the national... Snap bags and piece of paper with exhibit references for Operational Cosmetic, which investigated the nationwide supply of cocaine, were found in his car, and 3 bullets were also found at his home in the Greater Manchester. 3 bullets. Why does that matter? Doesn't he have a police weapon? Officers checked the drugs seized as part of the operation and found just under 4 kilograms or 4 kg of cocaine was missing. The court heard the drugs had an estimated value of a wholesale value of $140,000 and a retail value of $394,000. So this is the guy that he was conspiring to sell the drugs with. It was another, I guess. Hey, Troy. No. Alley Financial, I will never finance through Alley Financial again. I've been to them with my financial records asking to refinance. Y'all, no. You also have to be caught up on payments, and I'm 1 payment behind. I just made a truck payment yesterday. So, or was it day before yesterday? Whenever. I paid my insurance and my truck payment was like a day or 2 ago, the 21st. So, a few days back. Yeah, Brooke, a few days back. Anyways, so, you know, I guess one is better than two. And they haven't called me and said anything about it. But when I talked to them 6 months ago trying to refinance, and 3 months ago, and then 2 months ago to refinance, they're telling me that I can refinance, but I have to go to a different bank. Because I want to get I want the truck solely in my name. So, you know, I co-signed for somebody on this truck. I shouldn't have done that. I should have took my money elsewhere where I could have only gotten it in my name. But it is what it is. And, I mean, I guess I'm kind of grateful to Alley Financial for not being too hard up over that 1 month payment that I'm late. But it still sucks that I can't do anything about it, you know? Every penny I get goes back into food, groceries, gas. Just like everybody else that's out here, you know, suffering. Like, everybody is going through it right now. Everybody might have a roof over their head, but they're financially going through the same shit that I am. You know? I'm not the only one. We got 70-80% of Americans living damn paycheck to paycheck right now. It sucks. So it says that this officer actually had a long-standing addiction to cocaine. You think? $400,000 worth of coke? That's how much it takes for you to notice that something's missing, first of all. And also for you to realize that maybe somebody in your department is high on drugs? Like, how did they not know he was tweaking the frick out? Do y'all know how much cocaine that is? 9 pounds? Honey, that's enough to get, I don't know, probably a nice sized city all high. That's 9 pounds, huh? The court heard that he had served on the police force for 20 years. He spent 3 years in the armed forces, but had become addicted to cocaine after difficulties in his personal life and due to his role in an operation which he was shot. Hold on. Somebody was shot by armed police. Listen. This article was kind of not from this country. So he was found guilty following a trial of supplying a controlled Class A substance, misconduct in public office, and failing to provide the passcode for his own. He said, "You ain't getting my contacts, bro. Give me that phone back so I can smash it real quick." No, I get that. Been there, done that. He had previously pled guilty to 2 counts of possession of cocaine, possession of ammunition without a firearm certificate, theft of cocaine, conspiracy with Brethren ton? What the fuck is that? Brethren ton? Yo, we about to learn something new today. Brethren ton? That's how it's spelled. Bretherton. Conspiracy with Brethren ton. I don't know what that is. My computer won't work. To commit misconducts in public office, a further count of misconduct in public office, and unauthorized use to a computer material. What is Brotherton? There were also other people charged that were indicted and charged in this case. That is wild. Yeah, pretty much all of his contacts who he was selling drugs through, they were arrested. What is up? This was 8 days ago. This is from ICE. Why are all these people out here doing drugs? I think it's getting worse, y'all. I don't know. We should look into that one day. Where's Lardo? Laredo. Oh, it's Texas. See where you're from, Kat. Lardo. I'm not saying it. Laredo? It's got that E in there. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Former Laredo police officer sentenced to 25 years in federal prison for drug trafficking and firearms conviction. Out of Texas, a former local police officer was sentenced Monday to almost 5 years in federal prison without parole for drug trafficking and using a firearm in relation to the drug trafficking offenses. This was 8 days ago. The case was investigated by the FBI in coordination with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Homeland Security investigations, and other federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies. Orlando Jesus Hale, 28, who was an LPD officer, was sentenced by a judge to 235 months for conspiracy to possess with the intent to distribute cocaine between 2008. He also received consecutive 60-month prison terms for using and carrying a firearm in relation to a drug trafficking crime and possession of a firearm in furtherance of the drug trafficking crime. He got for a total of 295 months or 24 years and 7 months imprisonment. Damn, dude, you done messed up majorly. He was convicted following a jury trial in September of 22 of conspiring with another police officer, Martinez III, to escort cocaine-loaded vehicles through Laredo, Texas, and using their police-issue radios to monitor the police department's dispatch traffic during the escort. And don't get more crooked than that, does it? The firearms conviction is a result of Hale carrying a firearm during a meeting at a hotel in... I was hoping Kat was going to tell me how to say this. Look, I think it's... I don't know, y'all. Laredo? Listen. So the co-conspirators discussed the details of planning escorts with each other and with the FBI undercover agent whom they believed was a drug trafficker. What dumbasses. During the trial, evidence... Oh, I'll never be able to say that. Laredo? Listen, I might Google it one day. It is in Texas, yeah. It says, so during the trial, evidence was presented proving that Hale and the fellow LPD officer, Pedro Martinez III, met with an FBI undercover agent posing as a drug dealer in a hotel on November 7th, 2008. During the recorded meeting, oh my God, what a bunch of dummies. During the recorded meeting, Hale and Martinez discussed how the two officers could escort loads of 20 kilograms, 44 pounds each of cocaine from the south to the north, Laredo, using their personal vehicles and police-issue radios to monitor dispatch traffic. They are sitting here talking to the FBI on camera. God, you got to be pretty dumb. On November 13th, 2008, why are they just now getting sentenced like 20 years later? First Martinez, then Hale, each escorted a loaded vehicle during the afternoon rush hour. Each vehicle contained 20 kilograms of sham cocaine. What's sham cocaine, y'all? Look, you talked it out like 4 times. Laredo. Oh, Laredo? Oh, fake coke, thank you. Thank you, so I don't have to Google it. So the FBI set it up like these guys were, yeah, so they thought that they were transporting drugs. I got you. On November 5th, Hale and Martinez arranged to meet the payoff person in San Antonio, Texas, to be paid for their protective escort services. Hale and Martinez each received $1,000 from another undercover agent posing as the organization's money man. Martinez, who pled guilty prior to trial, testified against Hale at trial. Why are y'all just posting this now? It's got an old-ass date on it, but on the website, like, it says 8 days ago. Why are y'all posting old stories on the damn Immigration and Customs Enforcement? Whatever. Jesus, y'all, I didn't realize that this was August 27th of 24. the same case or is this a different case? I'm sorry. No, this is a different case of a different officer selling stolen drugs out of the police evidence room. This is out of Inglewood. I don't know where that is. Where is Inglewood? Oh, is that California? Probably. That makes sense. Former Inglewood police officer recorded by the FBI making a drug deal with stolen evidence is sentenced. I did not realize that this many officers had drug problems. I mean, if they're stealing it and selling it, you best believe they're doing it. Don't be naive, babe. It comes with the territory. I mean, and the other guy he was a cokehead. How did the whole department not know he was on cocaine, y'all? I just feel like if I pick up on stuff like that, honey. I really do. Like that guy the other night. John Abel Baca pulled up to the meeting in a Ferrari with a gram of cocaine in a medical glove. The man he was there to meet was a customer, and Baca, an Inglewood police officer, and it's B-A-C-A. We're going to call him Baca. Because we just make up words around here. The Inglewood police officer pulled up. The man he was there to meet was a customer, and Baca, an Inglewood police officer and the department's union rep at the time, said that he had a kilogram more of the product he could sell for $22,000. But Baca wasn't working as an undercover case. Instead, the meeting in 21 was being recorded by the FBI. On Tuesday, Baca, 48, was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to one count of distribution of cocaine and ordered to pay a $40,000 fine. In a plea agreement with federal prosecutors, Baca admitted that he had stolen the drugs from the Inglewood Police Department evidence room and sold them on the side for profit. Under the jail, sir, under the jail. Former Officer Baca tarnished the badge and dishonored the majority of those who serve and protect our communities with integrity. Amen. So, the U.S. Attorney, Martin Estrada, said that he abused his position in law enforcement as an officer to promote his drug trafficking activities. Baca bragged to a potential buyer in September of 2020 that he had stolen narcotics and money during routine traffic stops. He offered to sell white china, heroin, an unlimited supply of black tar, and a kilogram of cocaine. The buyer informed the FBI of what Baca was saying in February of 21. The buyer, later identified as a confidential witness in court records, asked Baca what he should say if anyone asked where he got the cocaine. Baca reportedly told him, "Tell him it came from fucking Mexico." Prosecutors focused on 2 meetings in their case with Baca. In April of 21, Baca drove to a buyer's home in his 2012 Ferrari FF with a small sample of cocaine in a medical glove. The meeting was recorded by federal agents. Afterwards, the buyer gave the cocaine to the FBI. The product tested at 75% purity. In a follow-up call, Baca arranged to sell the confidential witness a kilogram of cocaine. He met the buyer at his business on May 4th of 21. On that visit, he drove up in a Nissan Maxima with no license plates. He delivered a brick of cocaine wrapped in a plastic bag and tape, which he carried in a Target shopping bag, according to court records. He asked the buyer for $22,000, which was provided by the FBI as part of their operation. Baca claimed he was only making $1,000 as part of the deal, but the government never recovered the cash. Y'all let him slip out of there with the money? No. It says the government never recovered that $22,000. Why did y'all give him real money? Y'all don't... What the fuck are we doing out here? We ain't got counterfeit money laying around somewhere we could have used to damn trick this asshole? Like, for real. The FBI should have fake currency that looks identical to real currency to use in drug operations. What are we doing passing around $22,000 of government taxpayer money? Y'all, these damn dummies, D-U-M-M-Y, dummies. I don't understand. So they never found the $22,000 that the FBI gave to this guy as the middleman to do this drug operation. He claimed that he only had $1,000. Baca told federal informant that he often traveled to Las Vegas to gamble at casino and launder his money. Baca was also accused of recruiting a second person to help him in his drug dealing. That person, Gerardo somebody from South LA, he was 42, was arrested in Las Vegas in June June of 21 with 3 kilograms of heroin in his car. Lord have mercy. So this other guy was eventually charged with intent to distribute heroin. The FBI dug up this man's yard and found large quantities of drugs wrapped in plastic bags, including 1,258 grams of fentanyl and roughly 462 grams of heroin. This man was burying drugs in the yard. That is so crazy. I mean, I've buried money in the yard before, but I don't think I've ever buried no drugs in the yard. They also found evidence of a drug trafficking operation in his home. This man claimed he worked for Baca as an informant and was authorized to transport drugs to Las Vegas as part of a law enforcement operation. Lord have mercy. This is crazy. Prosecutors said Baca had $300,000 in his bank accounts, a similar amount in investments around the time of his arrest in 21. The amount of money in his accounts dwarfed his household income. He also owned, or partially owned, multiple homes in California and Arizona, along with a 2018 Audi Q7, a Chevy pickup truck, and the Ferrari. He been doing this a while. They said that his household income, the money in his accounts did not match up with his financial records. Like, he wasn't making enough money to even have the money that he had in his account, much less multiple pieces of properties as well. I wonder how long he was a police officer. They got one in Columbus, one in where's that? Miami, NYP, Pennsylvania. All of these are 2024. That's crazy. I didn't realize. I guess even the cops are losing their minds, right? Is my phone gonna die? Or is it plugged up? Okay. Damn, them chips are good, y'all. I'm glad I threw them over there on the floor, because Lord knows I will be eating on them things in the middle of the night. Feels so much later. It feels like it's like 9 o'clock and it's only 6:30. Yeah, he was sentenced to prison. It's always cocaine, too, which is crazy. I guess they're working long hours. What do they do? 3, 4 on, off, 2, 3. Yeah, you know. So they're working 12-hour shifts. I guess it kind of fits the work schedule. Cocaine fits the work schedule. You know, they can't exactly be at work. So another officer in Pennsylvania in June of this year, he was charged with dealing cocaine, providing police information to trafficker. Allegheny County has been charged for allegedly dealing cocaine and providing law enforcement information to drug traffickers to avoid the police. Once again, it's another corrupt cop using what tools he has at his fingertips that is supposed to be to help protect and serve. He's using these tools to help drug dealers sell drugs. Pennsylvania Attorney General Michael Henry, in conjunction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Pennsylvania State Police, announced charges Wednesday against the North Braddock police officer Craig Gibson. The investigation found that Gibson, being a drug runner and supplying sensitive law enforcement information to a supplier to avoid detection, he was charged with felony corruption, organizations, delivery of cocaine, hindering prosecution, and other offenses. Gibson was released on a non-monetary bond. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Is that a sign himself out recognizance? Yes. He got to sign himself out on his own recognizance. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but y'all know what I mean. Yeah. He had no bond. They just let him sign a piece of paper saying that he will comply and show up for court. That's some bullshit. That's a $25,000 bond in my opinion. Maybe more. We're talking about somebody who swore to uphold the law, and he's out here being a drug runner and supplying sensitive law enforcement information to drug traffickers. It's the good old boy system, I guess. The FBI initiated an investigation into the trafficking and were assisted by Pennsylvania State Police and an organized crime unit, the Western Organized Crime Unit. The investigation remains ongoing, involves surveillance, where the Attorney General's office said Gibson bragged about his access to police radios, 911 dispatch systems, and other resources. How old was this guy again? I don't think it said. The arrest of law enforcement officer accused of abusing his position to line his own pockets through the drug trade stands among the most dangerous and disheartening events for our community, said an FBI agent. Troopers and local law enforcement work tirelessly to get the drug dealers off our streets and make our community safer. When someone who is entrusted to protect our community violates that trust by committing criminal acts, it underscores our unwavering dedication to holding members of law enforcement to the highest of standards. Amen. Gibson will be prosecuted by the Attorney General's Office Drug Strike Force Section. That does not sound good. I think you might be doing some time, buddy. I mean, clearly not yet, because they let you just sign yourself out. He's probably claiming that he had a drug problem, he couldn't control himself, and he's going to do rehab, and blah, blah, blah. Back in October on the 4th, I didn't know it was called non-monetary bond. Good to know. I thought it was called signing yourself out. It's something on your own written recognizance or your own recognizance. It's called cop privilege. Absolutely, I agree. Some people want counterfeit money. Yeah, I mean, why would they give him $22,000 in actual American currency if it's an FBI sting operation? You would think that all of the counterfeit money in the world, they would have the top of the line ready to go, you know? I agree. I do. So some of these that we've been talking about, I've noticed that they have gotten a fair sentence. 290 something months. Absolutely, yes. And I have noticed that sometimes they do make an example out of these cops, like Daniel. Oh, that's what we can talk about. Oh my God, y'all, this case is wild. Daniel. Oh God, what was his name? Hold on 1 second. They gave him 300 years in prison, y'all. Let me find it. And he was fine. What is wrong with people? Let me show you. Was it Holtzclaw? I think it was Holtzclaw. We're just going to do cop. Holtzclaw, maybe. I think it was Holtzclaw. Daniel Holtzclaw, cop gets 300 years. That didn't even come up. Daniel Holtzclaw. He's a convicted R-word. He was convicted in 2015 for multiple counts of R-word. SB battery, and other sexual offenses while he was on duty as an Oklahoma city police officer, y'all. He was stopping black women who were known to be wrapped up in, they had prior convictions, or they had prior drug problems, or they were in active addiction, and they were, once again, easy target, women down on their luck, women who have been through abuse before, women that don't come from the best upbringing, don't have the highest level of education. He was disproportionately picking women out like this that he would pull over. Daniel Holtz, Holtzclaw, and oh wow, oh my God. All of these killers are freaking my same birthday. His birthday is 2 days after mine, and he was born in 86. So it's creepy. This is like the fourth story I've read today, and they were December babies. There's something going on there. We are fire signs, so, we ain't nothing but Spitfire, honey. So he was convicted on 18 counts involving 8 different women. According to the police investigators, Holtzclaw, we're going to call him Daniel abused his position as an officer by running background checks to find information that could be used to coerce victims into sex acts. During the trial, the defense questioned the victims' credibility, and they didn't just question these women. They tore these women apart, tried to make them seem like it was their damn fault, and once again, victim blaming. We have got to stop allowing this. The media didn't help, These women were all black, and he picked them out because of their poor circumstances, which is so wrong. It's literally so wrong. He's a predator. It doesn't matter. I don't care, once again, if they were smoking crack, walking down the street at 3 a.m. I don't care. He had no right. No right. No right. These are women who have already had hard lives, who have already been through enough, and you want to inflict more pain on them because you're a pervert. During the trial, the defense questioned the victim's credibility during cross-examination, bringing up their criminal records. One of the 13 women who accused Holtzclaw, Daniel, several had criminal histories such as drug arrest, and all were African American. The prosecution argued that victims were deliberately chosen by Daniel for these reasons. Absolutely. 100%. Daniel pled not guilty on all charges. On December 10th of 2015, he was convicted on 18 of the 36 charges, and on January 21st of 2016, he was sentenced to 263 years in prison. So not 300, but close, honey. Close. On August 1st of 2019, Daniel was denied an appeal by the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals, which upheld both his conviction and prison sentence. The defense petitioned the Supreme Court of the United States on the biases that merging 17 cases together strains credentiality. Listen. On March of 2020, the Supreme Court refused the petition. Good. Let me see if they've got a picture. No. Let's talk about what he did, because this man was crazy, unhinged. If I'm not mistaken, he also messed with a child. One of the victims was underage, but I could be wrong. So it says that Daniel was accused of SAing multiple African-American women over a period between December 2013 and June of 2014, targeting those from poor, majority black portions of the city. According to police investigators, Daniel ran background checks on women with outstanding warrants or other records and methodically targeted those victims. And he would pull them over and say, oh, if you want to get out of this, then yeah. The offense that led to Daniel's arrest happened around 2 a.m. on June 18th of 2014, after Daniel had already completed his shift on the northeast side of Oklahoma City and was driving to his residence in his assigned police vehicle. During that time, police said Daniel made a traffic stop without reporting it to police dispatch, running a records check on the driver, or revealing that he had logged off of his patrol car computer. The driver was legions, a 57-year-old woman who was passing through the impoverished area that Daniel was targeting. Unlike other women that police said he had, she was not poor and had no police record. What was her name? Janie said that before forcing her to perform oral on him, Daniel made her lift her shirt and pull down her pants. She testified that she begged him to stop and was afraid for her life. Janie promptly filed a police report. Good for you, Janie. Good for you. When Daniel reported to the OKCPD division station the following afternoon for his daily 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift, he was pulled aside and driven to the department's sex crimes unit by Detective Kim Davis and Rocky Gregory for questioning. After being Mirandized, Daniel underwent a 2-hour interrogation during which he denied all accusations of misconduct during, Janie's. He denied that he did anything to Janie, and buckle swabs were taken for a DNA comparison. The crazy part is when they get that DNA analyst back, when they get that DNA evidence back, it's an underage girl that they got a girl's DNA off of his police uniform that was tied to a different case. Y'all, this case is crazy. This man is a pervert. Top level, 10 stars out of 10 pervert, okay? Stranger danger. So, buccal swabs were taken for DNA. At the conclusion of the interrogation, the two detectives told Daniel that they believed he was being unfaithful based on previous evidence and statements made by his 25-year-old cohabitating girlfriend that countered claims Daniel had made to the detectives. While he was released after the interrogation, Daniel's commission and entry cards, uniform, shirt, pants, badge, firearms, handgun, shotgun, radio, and keys to his assigned police vehicle were seized. So they took that uniform, they took a buccal swab for his DNA, and they took his gun, firearm, and everything. He was placed on indefinite paid administrative leave. Why are we paying these assholes? I don't agree with the paid administrative leave pending investigation. After further investigation eventually turned up a dozen additional complaints, Daniel was arrested 2 months later on August of 2014 and originally charged with 16 and eventually 36 counts of SA abuse, including R-word in the first and second degrees, sexual B-word, procuring lewd exhibition, stalking, and forcible oral, and sodo. While reviewing Jenny's case, the two sex crimes detectives remembered a previous report of forced, I don't know if I could say these things, y'all, O-word sex committed by a police officer. Looking back through the police records, and I remember, man, that detective that was on this case, if somebody ever kills me, I hope that she is on my case because she was amazing. She pinned this guy to the wall and would not take no for an answer. She knew it was him. Sometimes it takes a woman's intuition, babe. Looking back through the police records, the detectives found the report of the woman who said she was stopped in May of 2014, driven to an isolated area by an officer who forced her to perform O-word sex. No action had been taken at the time of her report, but when the detectives contacted the woman, she showed them the route that the officer had taken on the night of the attack, and it matched Daniel's GPS route that evening. The detectives then reviewed Daniel's automatically recorded history of running names through the department's two databases, checked out multiple times, and they contacted those women. In the initial investigation, 6 women were willing to come forward to testify. They had the GPS device on his car, which put him at the scene of alleged incidents. Police records showed that he had called for a warrant check on all of them. Their investigation covered a 6-month period, beginning with the first woman who was willing to come forward, a woman whom Daniel arrested for drug possession in December of 2013 and then forced oral sodo from her while she was handcuffed to a hospital bed. Eventually, 13 women would end up testifying. And once again, the media and the local news. Hello, hello. Hey, Kevin. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We're talking about Daniel Holtzclaw, the law enforcement officer that got 363 years in prison for assaulting women on his patrol routes. The earliest incident was covered from December 20th of 23, where a woman said she'd been arrested for drug possession, was hospital, and forced to give O-word sex while she was handcuffed to her hospital bed. She said that he again made sexual advances to her on several occasions after she was released from jail. The woman said that she was led to believe that she would be released if she performed this on Daniel. She also said that she did not think that anyone would believe her when she testified at the pretrial hearing. I feel like all police will work together, she said. Baby girl, you ain't too wrong. The final jury was an all-white jury, which consisted of 8 men and 4 women. 3 black men were selected to the first jury pool of 24 potential jurors, but were eventually rejected. The president of the Oklahoma City chapter of the NAACP expressed disappointment in the lack of minority jurors. Dude, we got him in jail. Just be grateful that the jury convicted his ass. Like, why do y'all have to make everything about fucking race? So Daniel, who had been on paid administrative leave until he was charged in August of 2014, he was fired. He faced 36 charges. Okay, so this is his trousers. In court, prosecutors produced DNA evidence that was found on a single triangle-shaped spot on the inside of Daniel's uniform trousers, close to the zipper. After the hearing, his family made a statement. The facts are that there is no DNA linking him to any of these women as far as was presented in the hearing. That was a lie. The DNA was a match to one of the victims, then age 17. The DNA was found on the skin DNA. Daniel's DNA was not found in the same area of clothing where the 17-year-old's accuser's DNA was found. Daniel's defense attorney explained the presence of the skin cells as secondary transfers. It was on the inside of his zipper, like he done pulled his thing out. They were getting it on, and her DNA was on the inside of his fly. Don't be listening to Wiki. You got to read through the bullshit, honey. I've watched every single documentary that was ever made on this. And I can't remember half of it, but I remember that it was an underage girl that he had been messing with, and he actually coerced her through text messages to even hook up with him. A child. And this is trying to say, bullshit. He's guilty of sin. During the trial, Daniel did not contest having encountered the woman, but he maintained his innocence. The defense concentrated on the accuser's lifestyles. Once again, we've got to stop doing that. Calling just one witness, a former girlfriend of Holtzclaw's, Daniel, who testified that he never exhibited sexual aggression or inappropriate behavior around her. Girl, bye. You living with a weirdo. On December 10th of 2015, he was convicted on 18 charges. The jury recommended that he serve 263 years in prison. Charges included first-degree R-word, SB, indecent exposure, stalking, forcible O-word, SODO, and burglary. He also faced second-degree R-word by instrumentation and SB charges. This dude was a creeper. According to The Atlantic, mainstream media gave Daniel's trial for serial SA attacks and R words relatively little attention. Although Black Lives Matter activists raised the matter in social media and helped bring attention to the ongoing judicial process. So because these were black women, the media didn't want to pick it up and do it and, you know, talk about it as much as they would if it was other women. And a lot of these women were actually older than me. What the hell happened to him? I mean, that's crazy. Like, the one woman was a grandma, y'all. He out here molesting grandmas. Like, what a danger and a freak. Daniel Holtzclaw. They gave him almost 300 years. 263. Freak of nature. Well, I'm about to go find a bathroom and go to bed, I guess. It's dark. It's almost 7 o'clock. I'm ready for bed. Hey, metalhead. Yeah, what a weirdo. I think there's a bunch of them out here. Not just cops, but just people. Clearly. All my run-ins with these weirdos. I wonder if that Publix has a bathroom. I'm probably going to run in this Publix and use the bathroom and then pack it in for the night, take my NyQuil. I still have to have that. Even though I stopped smoking weed, it's still hard for me to, like, that has not helped. Smoking weed helped me sleep, you know? So, like, quitting that and then quitting the Suboxone, I'm still going through withdrawals. I don't know when my sleeping pattern will come back. Like, I really wish. Where's my shoes? Did I leave my shoes at the freaking beach? Or did I throw them? Oh, there they are. Oh, God, I thought I left my Crocs. I know I don't leave stuff everywhere. I'm better than that. Where's the other one? Ouch. Oh, I can't see shit. There's one. Can you find my Croc for me, please? What in the ever-loving Croc is going on? This is a Croc-ush. Ain't this some Croc-ush? There we go. I didn't think I was going to damn find my shoe. And my Converse has got something sharp in it because I went to move one and it poked me in the finger. It's got one of those sand spurs in it from the beach. Ugh. You know, honestly, I'm, like, really proud of myself for, like, keeping it together because most people in my position would have showed up to a damn mental hospital, all the damn shit they've been through. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm finally going to bed. I'm going to wake up early and try this new state park. Ooh. Try this new state park, and then I need to go to the tire shop and see if they can take that back tire and put it on my front tire so that I can finish my ride. I'm not calling that home anymore. That's not my home anymore, y'all. It might have to be for the next damn 2 years while I bounce back and forth to the damn court. But I'm leaving my heart in Florida, honey. You know what I mean? Like, I left it. Like, and I mean, if it was summer, I could do Columbia, South Carolina, or, like, even, like, Charleston or somewhere like that. But it's not. It's cold up there. And I've already just went a few miles back home, and it's already colder. I noticed immediately. It dropped like 10, 20 down, probably 12. Probably, but it could be that the sun was going down too. So I don't know. It's supposed to be in the 40s tonight. I'll be fine. I have clothes. And when I finally get back, then I'll get my sleeping bags. But yeah, I really hate having to deal with this because it's some bullshit. But we'll talk tomorrow. I'll have some juicy stuff. If y'all have any, like, ideas of, like, categories that's dealing with, like, anything that we talk about. I mean, we talk about everything. We talk about diets. We talk about working out. We talk about criminals. We talk about my life burning the ground. We literally talk about everything over here. So, like, if you have any ideas for, like, stories or, like, categories, like, I don't know how to explain it, different subject, then please drop it in the comments because I'm looking for new subjects. There we go. That's the word. Subjects. But y'all be safe and praying for me, because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. Y'all be safe out there. Good night, y'all.